Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Asagao Academy. Still Death Edition.
Yep.
Death Watch 2017. Or 20, whatever you're watching this in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It would still be 17, though, because that's when we recorded it.
That's true. Never mind.
All right, we're back with the toast in our mouth.
We have toast. I was unpacking my backpack before class that morning when, to my astonishment, Ian approached me and began a conversation. Hana, my good friend, how are you? I squinted at him.
Fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. In fact, my tournament training has been going better this year than ever before. I just landed in the top 20 highest scores for Japan at number 20, but still. And, how are you doing with your training?
Fine.
I smiled brightly at him, one hand on my treasured phone. Damn, foiled again. I cocked my head to the side, unsure of what exactly he was talking about. You mark my words, Hana Mizuno. I will win this tournament. Is he trying to get a play on us? And when I do, you can bet I will idly mock you the next time I see you in the cafeteria. What is his problem? He went back to his seat and slumped down with the huff. Luke leaned over to him to high-five him, and Ian shot him a look mean enough to kill a pea plant. I smiled, a smile feeling of pride blooming in my chest. Still, there were only 2 weeks left to the tournament. I had to keep up my practice or Ian would make good on that threat. My hand hovered over the paper, pen in hand. How was I supposed to go about this? I never rejected anybody. I wasn't the kind of girl people usually went after. Moreover, this guy, whoever he was being a little creepy. I didn't want to say anything that would make him angry, especially considering how many times he'd come to our room unseen in the middle of the night. What if he waited for me one night when I got up to use the bathroom? I shuddered. I definitely didn't want to hurt his feelings. After 15 minutes, I finally had a reply I kind of liked.
Sir, thank you for these notes. They're very sweet. However, I preferred if you no longer sent me any. Please stop giving me these notes. Best, Hana.
It was nothing fancy, but hopefully it was good enough. My dad always said, when saying no, don't give a reason. People tried to argue you out of things when you gave reasons, sometimes even if you didn't. But no means no, and it was much harder to argue with that. With a lump in my throat, I placed the note into an envelope, sealed it, and taped it to the front of my door. That was that then. What a weight off my mind. After everything PBG went through for the team, it was no wonder he would be cheering them on at every game. I sat next to him, watching his legs tense and twitch as Jeff and Dean sprinted down the field. You should have passed it to... Oh, that worked out way better than I thought it would. Go for the goal! You have the...
Yeah!
Yes! Good job! I chuckled quietly next to him. It was hard to get worked up about the game when I was with PBG. He took all the enthusiasm I ever could have had for the sport, sucked it right out of me, and expelled it into a supernova of energy. But it was enough for me just to see that he was enjoying himself. For a while, it looked like... Well, that wasn't important. He was happy, or as happy as he could be without playing. We won!
What? It's over already?
Hana, we won! We're going to the finals!
We are?
I stared at the jumping PBG in front of me for a few seconds before it clicked.
Oh my god, we're going to the finals!
We're going to the finals! PBG grabbed my hands and we jumped and cheered together with the rest of the Asagao students. The two teams shook hands and thanked each other for a good game, and then the strikers piled onto our side of the field, forming a mosh pit of happy athletes. I have to go congratulate them. He disappeared into the crowd immediately.
Excuse me, sorry.
I forcefully shoved my way out of the stands, which was harder than it sounded. I hated being so damn short. By the time I came out, PBG was being hugged by all of his teammates. I giggled. I'm so proud of you all. You nailed it.
Yeah!
We wouldn't have been able to do it without you, bro. Bro. Maybe I should give them a moment? And did you see that feint McJones did? I didn't know he had it in him. He usually plays a long-term psychological strategy.
Well, I'm glad you're happy. I was a little worried that after all this time, it would still be a little bit painful to see them playing without you.
Yeah, wow, way to kill the mood. PBG shoved his hands in his pockets, staring wistfully into the distance as the wind blew through his hair. As happy as I am that we'll be able to go to the finals, it's a bittersweet feeling. He flipped his hair dramatically. I guess that's just how the sword falls.
I don't think that's a saying.
It's definitely a saying. I shook my head and grabbed PBG's hand.
Come on, at this rate, we'll miss a late dinner.
Right. Thud. I shot awake with a jolt, staring at our door from across the room.
Hana, did you hear that?
I nodded. Then I realized she couldn't hear me. Something just slammed full force into our bedroom door. We listened for a while, afraid to move. Then we heard footsteps dashing away down the corridor.
My.
The bunk bed shifted, and then I saw a dark shape moving down the ladder. Mai appeared next to me.
You're okay, right? Yeah, nobody got in.
She smiled, then turned and glared at the door.
Who the fuck does this in the middle of the night?
She pulled the door open and stepped into the hallway, craning her neck one way and then another, and then turned back to me, her voice low.
I don't see anybody here. I don't think anybody else heard it either.
I pulled my blankets up around me. Nobody heard it, but Mai and I both did, so there was no way we imagined it. I snuggled down into my blankets. The thin covering made me feel much safer, despite the fact that it did absolutely nothing to protect me.
It was probably just a stupid prank.
She moved to shut the door, then stopped.
Oh my god. What?
She lifted a hand to the door, peeling something off of it.
Looks like we had a visit from your secret admirer.
She shut the door, flicked on the light, and crossed over to me.
Here.
She handed me a blank envelope. I ripped it open and pulled out a sheet of notebook paper, the same familiar scratchy handwriting gracing the front.
Hana, dearest. Why must you neglect me so? I am so sorry if I've made you uncomfortable, but I can't hide my feelings any longer. I really care for you, Hana. I won't be so naive to say I love you, considering how much you do not know about me and how much I haven't had the opportunity to learn about you. But I've been watching you. You're kind, smart, funny, caring. You love your friends deeply and stand up for what is right. Stand up to your fears. You've befriended some of the most popular and influential students in school. In fact, you've grown quite close with some of them, and I really don't like it. It's making me jealous. It's driving me insane. I hate seeing you smile at them, and yet I can't bother to reveal myself to try and take their place. I know you're happy with them, and you've hardly noticed that I exist, so I know I can't compare.
Uh-oh.
This is not good. And yet, it's all I can think about, so I ask you, won't you please spend a little less time with them? Please, Hana, I've never cared so much for any one person. For my sake. Love, your admirer.
So it was her. All right. Here's my guess now. I wonder if it's the hidden blot guys.
Messing with her?
Messing with her.
My.
I handed her the note and sat in silence as she read it.
Well, it's a little unsettling, but I don't think you should worry about it. No?
I shivered and drew the blankets closer around myself.
This is a guy, assuming it's a guy, who is so afraid of revealing himself to you that he apparently won't even talk to you. Do you really think he's going to do something? I don't know, but it's scary. Do you think I should tell someone? I don't know. Asagao doesn't have a great track record of dealing with these kinds of situations. What do you mean? Let's just say I knew someone who got a little intense about another person. That person told the staff here what was happening, and they got almost no response. The crazy behavior was allowed to continue, and the students were left to sort it out themselves. When the student again turned to the staff, talking about how they felt in danger, the staff told them it was the students' responsibilities to police their own behavior. That's awful. It's not something that we want to talk about a lot. Asagao is a really nice place. Obviously it is. You know this by now. But they do a lot of things in an effort to save face. So families will keep sending their students someplace as expensive as this. That unfortunately includes sweeping a lot of incidences like under the rug. Hey, don't worry. Things were much worse in the past. Nowadays, they've gotten a lot better because the students here behave more like people. But I am saying that, like, I wouldn't tell the teachers unless there was an actual threat. I don't want you to suddenly get kicked out of the academy because you were trying to cause trouble. And like I said, I don't think anything is going to happen. And if it does, I'll be here to protect you.
Mai held up an arm and flexed it. Man, this took a dark turn.
Mm-hmm. I know it seems like a joke, but volleyball really has made my arm strong. I could definitely take someone out.
She grinned brightly at me, and I smiled.
Thanks, Mai. Anyways, it's late. We should go to sleep. Yeah.
She glanced at the door again, then crossed over and locked it.
Can't be too safe. I have to protect my beloved Hana.
She shut off the lights and crawled into bed. As my bed creaked and wiggled with Mai's movements, I tried to convince myself that what she said was true, but try as hard as I could, my mind didn't ease. As strong as Mai was, she was still just a girl. I didn't want to admit it, but men were taller, stronger, faster than women were, and we had no idea who this guy was. If he was someone as tall as PBG, someone who worked out just as much, or was also part of a sports team, or even if he was just heavier than Mai, all it would take was pinning her on the floor and she wouldn't be able to defend anyone. My heart started beating faster and I shook my head. There was no point to these thoughts. None at all. Still, I usually tossed and turned before going to bed, but I found myself staring at the door as I tucked myself in, facing it as I closed my eyes. Just go to sleep, Hana. Worry about this tomorrow. Yeah, I think the hidden block guys are trying to mess with her.
I'm scared.
I barely slept that night. It seemed like full days passed before Mai woke up and I started getting ready for school. Now that I was back in the classroom, I alternated between periods of absolute panic-ridden paranoia and falling asleep at my desk. As I stared ahead of me, my vision sliding in and out of focus. Hey. Hana.
Oh, PBG, what brings you here?
School?
Fancy that.
Hana, are you okay? You seem a little off today.
What makes you say that?
It's lunchtime and you're still sitting at your desk. Mai gave up and left you behind.
What? How could she?
So, what's bothering you?
I
didn't want to drag PBG into this, did I?
I didn't sleep well.
He frowned at me and laid a hand on my arm.
Huh? Oh, that's you.
I almost said the same thing earlier because PBG was the first part of the line.
I really thought it was going to be.
Hana, it seems like something is really bothering you. If it's okay, I'd like you to trust me. I want to help you. Will you tell me the truth? Could I tell PBG the truth? The note told me to stay away from the normal boots guys and any other guy I was getting close to. If that person was violent, I could be putting PBG in danger by telling him, or getting us protection. That's what I'm thinking, like, because I feel like if it is the hidden block guys, then the normal boots guys are probably all gonna like rally around you, I would think.
Right.
And
why wouldn't you tell one of your best friends what is going on with you that is that life threatening?
Yeah. Should I really tell him the truth? Oh, we have to make that.
Oh, crap. I think the answer is yes.
Let's just tell him.
She's like, we'll go with girl logic.
We'll go with girl logic.
Crazy stuff. Well,
because I explained to him what was happening with the notes, how they started, stopped, and now they were getting creepily insistent. PBG's face grew darker as I went on. Finally, I finished with last night's incident and how I was too scared to sleep. Hana, you should report this.
No, that's okay.
Now I feel like we made a mistake. Mai told me that reporting it wouldn't work, and even if she didn't tell me, I had plenty of prior experience at my old school to show that reporting things generally only made it worse.
I can handle this on my own, so you don't need to worry.
I smiled brightly at him, but his expression didn't change. I thought for sure that he was going to know, like, oh, this seems like a prank that, like, one of the Hidden Block guys would do.
I don't want to be a burden on you. If you worry, I'll feel bad, so don't worry, okay?
Hana.
I'm telling you not to worry. ...
Fine, I'll listen to you, but if I do, will you do me a favor too?
Maybe.
Do you want to go to the movies tonight? I was going to ask you anyways, but this seems like a good way to get your mind off things.
Oh, sure.
Great, I'll pick you up later tonight then.
Heyo.
Hana, you're alive.
Mai entered the room, balancing a tray on either hand. PBG got up and grabbed one from her.
Thanks. I brought your food to you since you apparently weren't on this planet, but...
She glanced from me to PBG and smirked.
I bet you're feeling, like, better now. What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want food, like, you better get a move on. They're almost run out of pizza, and they've ordered out this time.
What? No! PBG sprinted from the room and I laughed.
You really are feeling better now. Yeah, I guess I am.
So we were going to the movies? He didn't give me a time. What would we see? Hey! Oh, God. No. PBG and I bought tickets to see the hot new romantic comedy of the year, Trouble in Paradise. We settled into the seats, giant, ridiculously overpriced barrel of popcorn in hand. At first, the movie was going well. There was the clumsy female lead, the stubborn alpha male lead, but then the movie took a turn for the creepy. By the time PBG was howling and the female lead lost 2 limbs, it was apparent we had fallen for false advertising. This was a horror movie, not a rom-com, and considering someone was stalking the female lead, it was hitting a little close to home. I wonder, now I feel like we shouldn't have said anything to him because now he's going to freak out. Now, well, is he going to freak out?
I don't know. Maybe he just can't handle horror movies, though, too.
I grabbed PBG's hand and patted it, hoping to calm him down.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine now. At least it wasn't... Yeah, because I swear at one point, didn't he mention that he didn't like horror?
Mm-hmm.
The color drained from his face. I glanced at the screen. The male lead jumped into the ocean and was swimming towards a boat maybe a mile away. Oh, no.
PBG, what's wrong?
He didn't respond. His eyes were glued to the screen. No.
PBG, what? He's like...
I jumped. There was a splash and a shriek. A shark grabbed onto the man's leg and pulled him under the water. I turned back to PBG, who was frozen, mouth open. He flung himself out of his chair, tears streaming down his face, and sprinted up the aisle and out of the theater. There was a small smattering of applause. People were evidently glad he left. I bowed my head in apology as I fled the theater, avoiding the angry looks of the other patrons. I found PBG leaning against a pillar outside, head pressed against a cool stone.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Sorry about that.
Don't even worry about it. I never knew you were afraid of sharks.
I thought it was Jesse that was afraid of sharks. Yeah, I don't get it either. He stood there, breathing deeply, still looking pretty sick.
Hey, do you want some cotton candy?
Cotton candy?
I'll buy it for you, my treat.
Okay, I could go for some cotton candy. We headed back to the train station, PBG munching happily on his pink cotton candy. He looked way better now.
There's nothing that cotton candy can't fix.
I wasn't sure why sharks made him so scared or why he looked on the verge of death, but I was happy he was better.
You can really scream, can't you?
I didn't mean to. You don't think the other people in there were bothered by it, do you?
Oh, no. It's a scary movie after all. I'm sure they expected it. You probably added to the excitement.
PBG finished up his cotton candy, licking his fingers happily. I laughed.
You know, I'm glad you were scared enough to run out of the theater. I didn't really like that movie.
What?
No?
I wanted something to take my mind off things, but that... I'm glad you were scared because I got to focus on you instead.
I'm not sure I helped, but I'm glad I did. Okay, so he wasn't freaking out because he was worried about Hana.
He was
just freaking out because he was freaking out. Okay.
Yeah, because he doesn't like horror movies or sharks or something.
As we headed back up to the dorms, PBG fell silent. It was oddly familiar, and I soon remembered the exact thing happened the night he bought me my game. He stopped in front of Primrose House.
He's trying to ask you out.
Hana, Wait, you don't think that guy's going to come back tonight, do you? I let out a breath I didn't even know I was holding, feeling disappointed for some reason.
I don't know. Okay, here's what I would do. These guys are smart enough. They got to know a lot about laptops and things. They should
set up a camera.
They should set up like a little webcam out there.
Figure out who it is.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry, I digressed.
One of you guys knows about technology, right? Please be safe. Please. And text me if anything happens. You still have my number, right?
No.
Oh, here. PBG pulled out his phone. Give me yours. I listed my number slowly for him, feeling my face heat up. For some reason, my heart was beating really hard now.
Yeah.
Got it. I'll send you a text. My phone vibrated in my pocket. When I pulled it out, I saw an emoji of a cookie and a shark. I giggled.
I got it. Thanks.
Good. Text me if you need anything. Anything at all. I mean it. It'll be better if you text me because I'll just be worried all night anyways.
Okay, I will.
It won't inconvenience me at all. Got it?
Okay, I'll text you.
Great. Now get inside. It's cold. He ushered me up the front steps and held the door open for me. I curtsied to him.
Thanks again, my dear knight.
Anything for you, milady. I giggled as he let the door close. When I got to the staircase, I turned. PBG waved at me through the glass. I waved back. When I spent time with PBG, I felt relaxed. I wasn't worried about what was going to happen or how I might mess up or what someone would think. I just wanted to talk to him, to be around him, to spend time with him. It was fun with him. And now that he was gone, I missed him. Sighing, I headed off to bed. The tournament was coming up soon. I needed my rest.
Have we been practicing? Oh, God.
Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who's at the door?
I don't know. Is it PBG? Is it Jared? Is it Gerard looking for more itty bitty kitties?
Oh, could be. Let's find out.
John looking for Jacques?
Poor Jacques.
Something happened to Jacques.
All right.
Oh, all right.
Let's find out who's at the door in the next episode.
Oh, I knew you were going to do that. Such a jerk.
Yep. So that's how it goes.
Just so we're aware, he's in total control of all these cliffhangers you've had to deal with, not me. So please send all your hate mail to courtesy of Matrik.
Yo. What? It's a showbiz tool.
I'm sure it is.
It's how you hook people in.
We haven't hooked him in yet with our banter and excitement.
No, you need the cliffhanger.
Oh, okay.
You gotta play the full show. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, do please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.